Hey everybody, welcome back to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. Today I'm going to tell you a story of two hurricanes and a corn pudding in New Orleans that brought me and my husband together. So let's get started on this recipe. Before we get started, be sure and share, like, and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. You know that helps me in the algorithm. So let's get started on this recipe. Okay, before we get into this recipe, this is a story of two hurricanes, but not the current hurricanes, Katrina and Rita. That's when my husband and I, Papa, or Keith, as a lot of y'all know him by, met in 2005. So kind of the same scenario, except these two hurricanes were about a month apart. We met and fell in love in a month, and we married in 3 months. I don't recommend that, but it worked for us. If you would have asked either one of us if we would have met our soulmates and met and married in a 3-month period, we would have both said that we were crazy, because neither one of us, that was not something that either one of us did, but we were right for each other. And so because we met and married so quickly, we had a belated honeymoon like a year later, and we went to New Orleans. And when we landed in New Orleans, the gentleman that picked us up in the cab said, I said, okay, where do you go and eat? And he rattled off a couple of the touristy restaurants. I said, no. Where do you go eat? I'm not interested in the tourist attractions. I had looked at all those online and stuff, and he kind of grinned at me and he said, Voodoo Barbecue. I said, I want to go there. So he drove us to this little, almost shack looking restaurant. You know, one of those mom and pop restaurants, though I think they are a chain. They have several places in New Orleans. And we went in, walked up to the counter, and I kind of did the same thing to the gentleman standing behind the counter. I said, what's good on the menu? And he said, where are you from? And I said, well, we live just outside of Dallas, Texas. And he grinned and he said, you people in Texas like beef. He said, I got something for you. He made a plate. It had pulled pork on it. I think there was a rib on it. And then he handed me this concoction of pure bliss that I had never before in my life ever had. And it's called corn pudding. So I've scoured the internet. I have no way of knowing if this is Voodoo Barbecue's actual recipe, but this is what I found that said Voodoo Barbecue's corn pudding. So this is what we're gonna go with. And I hope so, because that was the best stuff I have ever put in my mouth in my entire life, and that's saying a lot. By the way, if you are ever in New Orleans, highly recommend look up Voodoo Barbecue. Hands down, Keith and I both will tell you, outside of Texas, that is the best barbecue I've ever ate in my entire life. All right, so this is what you're gonna need. A can of cream corn. I'm using some of my home canned whole kernel corn. It says a can, so I'm going to use about half of a pint jar, a little more than a half, probably. Okay, we're going to use a cup of sour cream. Let me get a spoon real quick so I get all of this. Don't want to leave nothing in the cup. Keith and I will be celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary in December. And I love him more today than the day we said I do. He was definitely, God knew what he was doing when he put us together. All right, we got a stick and a half of melted butter. Have y'all noticed a pattern this week? I haven't made anything healthy. Nothing. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this week's videos. And yes, this is a $5 Friday video because there is nothing expensive about this recipe. All right, and then you're just gonna mix this up together well. But I guarantee you this is good. Now we're gonna put this. Did y'all try the bread pudding that I made earlier in Wednesday's video? I'm gonna link it. Guys, y'all gotta check that video out. It was outstanding. I did spray this with some organic olive oil. Alright, I'm just going to put this in here, spread it out. We're going to put it in a 350-degree oven and bake it off for 30 to 35 minutes until it's golden brown. Alright, come back at the end and we're going to show you. If you've liked it so far, give me a thumbs up, guys. That really does let YouTube know that you like my videos. Helps me out in the algorithm. Leave me a comment below. Have you ever tried corn pudding? Let me know if you've tried it. I would love to know. And I'd also love to know if you are married, where'd you go on your honeymoon? Have you ever been to New Orleans? I'd like to know that too. All right, let's put this in the oven. Okay, my friends, here we go. We're gonna see if this is as good as I remember it. Put some up on a plate. Give me a spoon. And remember, this is supposed to have a little bit of a pudding consistency, so. This is awesome. I hope y'all will give this recipe a try. It's so good. I absolutely love this recipe. It was quick, it was easy. Corn pudding, my friends. Be sure and give me a thumbs up, a like. We'll see you on the next recipe.